placement for the Stayers Hurdle. The Festival Springfield Scally is the first to bound on, and already building a useful lead over It's Wallace on the inside rail as they swing into the back straight. Ansem is handy, and also handy is Celtic Native on the outside. They're followed by Behrajan, a couple of lengths Merry Masquerade, and Bacchanal at the first. Exuberant jump by Springfield Scally in front. Towards the rear, Carlavos, Sudden Shock, Baracouda won from last, and Roddick is held up in last place. Flight number 2, Springfield Scally, again with enthusiasm as the others stream over. Baracouda a slightly slow jump towards the back. And so Springfield Scally with a 10 or 12 length advantage going towards flight number 3. Making sure this is a good test as the others clatter over. It's Wallace in second. Ansem, who was full of beans, going to post in third place. Behrajan next, and then Merry Masquerade and Bacchanal. As we look at them jumping the fourth, and again a bold lead by Springfield Scally. Took off a long way from the flight there. Did well to get the other side. Seamus Durack looks to see how far he's ahead, and it's a good margin. Need his specs to find the next horse. It's Wallace in second place. And then close up are Behrajan and Ansem. Ansem quite prominent for him. And then Bacchanal and Merry Masquerade from Baracouda, Celtic Native, towards the outside. Then Sudden Shock, Carlavos and Roddick. Springfield Scally on the home turn with a commanding advantage. Baracouda went off slightly uneasy, 6-4 favourite. Bacchanal at 11-4 in the pinkish jacket, Lady Lloyd Webber. Behrajan 7's Ansem at 8-1. On towards flights 5 and 6 up the home straight with well over a circuit to go. And the hurdles on the wide outside of the track. The executive tried to save some of the inside part of the surface. We'll have flat racing to come later on, of course, and again tomorrow. And Springfield Scally has come right back to the field now, joined by It's Wallace, the Plumpton specialist, up his inside, with Behrajan right up the inner as they clear the next flight. Ansem 4, 5 is Bacchanal, moving nicely. Baracouda is alongside Bacchanal, and interesting to see Warren Marston just humouring Ansem. Just gave the horse a couple of pats down the neck after that flight of hurdles. The striped jacket with the white sleeves there, just having to coax the horse along. He's notoriously lazy, but he is quite close for him. He has come from a long way back in his races to win in the past. Meanwhile, up ahead, It's Wallace has the advantage to Springfield Scally, with Behrajan with the white face very handy, and then Ansem, and Bacchanal on the inside of Baracouda, and then Celtic Native as they begin the run down the hill. And behind these is Carlavos and Roddick and Sudden Shock, and Merry Masquerade tending to idle a bit. Now gets a reminder last of all, but it's still the 200-1 outsider. It's Wallace that leads the way, joined again by Springfield Scally. Another fairly long price on the outside, and the big guns are just waiting in the wings, with out wide Ansem of Behrajan, Bacchanal cutting every corner, and then Baracouda in the JP colours just in behind them. You might spot a white cap, Thierry Duman. Up the inside in a red cap, behind horses is Carlavos, followed by Roddick, out wide Celtic Native and Sudden Shock. Over the first down the back there, Baracouda a bit untidy, and on towards flights 8, 9 and 10, the remaining obstacles in the back straight. It's Wallace, a length and a half going into the flight. Springfield Scally, then Behrajan. Bacchanal was awkward there. Baracouda into 5th place. Carlavos and Roddick, the two pipe runners, are close up, followed by Sudden Shock, still going quite well. As they jump the next, It's Wallace, with the others still waiting to pounce. And just struggling now, dropping himself out, is Ansem. He's dropped the bit and passed by Merry Masquerade, and Celtic Native is last of all. Approaching the last in the back straight, It's Wallace. Behrajan working out Springfield Scally in the noseband. Bacchanal up the inside. Baracouda just in behind these. Then Roddick, followed by Sudden Shock, the black and white jacket. Carlavos still in touch on the inside as they near the end of the back straight. I must say, It's Wallace is running an incredible race. He can't surely stay there for much longer as Behrajan, the giant Behrajan, looms up on his outside. Bacchanal in third, then Baracouda, who's going strongly under Thierry, followed by Roddick and Carlavos, the red cap up the inner. Sudden Shock as Springfield Scally drops away. They swing the final turn then with 2 flights to jump, but a long run to this second last, and it's Behrajan making the best of his way home now, trying to get them on the stretch. Bacchanal, Carlavos coming there, then Roddick, it's Wallace, Baracouda in behind them, and Behrajan hasn't been able to give them the slip as Bacchanal challenges, and so does Carlavos, but Baracouda looks a big danger in behind them, switch towards the outside. Here's the second last. Carlavos ran down it, Behrajan in the centre, but Baracouda is absolutely cruising on the near side as Bacchanal comes right off the bit now and can't go on. Then Roddick, but racing for the final flight. Baracouda has come smoothly through to challenge. Carlavos dives out to the right yet again. Behrajan back in third, and now Thierry Duman shakes up Baracouda and he skips away merrily up the hill. Carlavos battling on for second, Behrajan back in third, but Baracouda kept going. He idles in front, but he's not as idle as some of the others close home. Baracouda, the very impressive winner, from in second Carlavos, then in third was Behrajan. Roddick 4, a gap then to Sudden Shock and Merry Masquerade from It's Wallace, who ran very commendably, and then Celtic Native, Springfield Scally, Ansem, and Bacchanal, disappointing, was just about last to finish in the end. Well, the writing was on the wall here, going towards the final flight. Baracouda was galloping all over the opposition under a patient ride from Thierry Duman, wearing the colours of J.P. McManus, which he'll be wearing again on first gold in our next race today. Of course, these colours in action over at Leopardstown this afternoon aboard the triple champion hurdler Isterbrack. Jumping the final flight, well-timed challenge, took it up. Carlavos again diving away. Behrajan had tried to give them the slip early in the straight under a positive ride from Richard Johnson, but wasn't able to get away. And then climbing the hill, Baracouda found 2 or 3 lengths, which was all that was required. And then, as he did at Fontwell a couple of outings ago, he just seemed to idle in front, didn't do a lot, but he was valued for a lot more than the winning margin. He was a bit too good for them, really, Baracouda, the leading stayer that we've seen this season.
Baracouda, a 2-to-1 chance when Cashman's opened the betting a fortnight ago, touched 13-8 on the course, returned the tight, 6-4 favourite. Baracouda, it was top price 6-5 in the offices this morning. The tote asked for odds about Baracouda.